What is good, YouTube friends? I hope you're having an amazing day so far. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today's video, as I'm sure you can see by the title, is a spring-inspired look because it is finally starting to feel like spring here in Vancouver, and I'm so excited because it's been raining and snowing and sleeting and it's been gross. So it's finally starting to get sunny. I wanted to do something that was focusing on glowy skin, some lashes, and this really, really cute hairdo. If you guys want to learn how to do this look, keep on watching. I'm starting off with partially air-dried hair, and first and foremost, I'm gonna put a primer on so that it can sink into my skin while I'm doing my hair. I am taking the smoothing nozzle on my Dyson Supersonic blow dryer and getting that ready to go. And as you guys can see, I currently have a rough center part. I'm now taking hair at the side of my temple, first kind of 2.5 inches, and I'm splitting it there so that I can kind of grab my fringe and move it completely over. It kind of makes this Harry Potter lightning bolt kind of look on the top of my head. So I'm gonna grab my fringe, section that off, and then put up the rest of my hair into a little clamp. I'm using speed setting 2 to round brush blow dry my bangs using powerfully controlled air to smooth and prepare for my braid. If you guys haven't seen my video on how to round brush blow dry, you should definitely check it out. I'll leave a link down below for you. But that is step number 1. Step number 2 is to roughly blow dry the back of my head without an attachment. Personally, my favorite thing about this blow dryer is that the pitch is engineered at a different level, so it makes it really easy to listen to music or talk to somebody while using it. After I finish roughly blow drying the rest of my hair, I'm going to pin it up, keeping my front fringe section all separate. And now I am starting my French braid. I'm sure that there's tons of tutorials that explain this a little bit better than me, but I'm gonna give it a try. So I'm taking the first 1.5 to 2 inch section, and I'm starting off by doing just a regular braid just to kind of get it going. With this first little bit, you're gonna wanna keep the hair rather taut so that the braid stays tight and really neat. And then what you're gonna do is grab a section from your front hairline and add that into one of your original 3 sections. And you basically just keep pulling more hair in as you braid. Whatever next strand is about to be added back into the braid, add a bit more hair from your hairline into that section and then weave it into the center of your braid. I like to think of braiding as every single piece fighting for the center, and you're just constantly adding more chunks of hair to whatever piece you're putting towards the center. Once you get to the opposite temple on your head, you can continue on with just a regular basic braid. I don't really love adding all of the hair around my face. I feel like it's a little bit too much hair in my braid, so I kind of at this point just start to do a regular braid. Now, if I have one, I will use a small clear elastic to tie that section off. If you don't, no worries, it just might fall apart a little bit easier, so I do like to use a clear elastic when I have one. I then start to pull the braid apart and make it a little bit messier. And the best part about this is that if you kind of have a bit of a bumpy braid, you can kind of fix it by pulling it apart. To kind of secure my braid, I'm gonna take 2 bobby pins, and what I like to do is shove them kind of up and into the braid itself so that it hides the bobby pin and keeps it quite secure. You can obviously use more than 2, but I usually only need 2. I'm then following this up by curling my hair using a 1-inch curling iron. I'm curling all the hair away from my face in the same direction, and I really want my curls to be very bouncy and last a long time, so do not brush them out at this point. What you're gonna do is grab the diffuser for your blow dryer, and you curly hair girls probably are already very familiar with the diffuser, but for straight haired girls like me, we don't typically use this as often, but I'm gonna show you how. I'm using the lowest speed setting, and I'm using the cool shot button, and what that does is it helps seal your hair cuticle, resulting in shinier hair, and it also helps lock your look in so that it's longer lasting. The supersonic measures the air temperature about 20 times a second to help prevent extreme heat damage and protect natural shine, so you'll end up with extremely shiny hair. I'm adding a bit of hair oil to finish off my look, laying my edges, as the cool kids say. I'm gonna take a bit of hairspray just to kind of tame the little flyaways before giving my hair an overall spray. But I feel so shiny and bouncy and ready to go for my makeup. You guys know I'm all about mixing the foundations, so I am going to mix my Maybelline Fit Me foundation with my NYX Total Control drops. These things are awesome, you should really check them out. I'm going to stipple that onto my face using a beauty blender, And then moving on to using one of my favorite oldie but goodie products, the Bobbi Brown corrector, and I'm going to apply that under my under eye area, following that up with the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer, just to add a little bit of lightness underneath my eyes. Blending that in with my beauty blender and setting it using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. I'm taking the two lighter colors, mixing them, and placing it underneath my eyes using a Real Techniques brush. I love this little brush. I ended up buying several of them. Next up, I'm using the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. This stuff is awesome. It really reminds me of the Wonder Powder that I love from Makeup Store, but I am dusting that all over my face and it kind of gives this lit from within glow. I'm then using an eye primer to prime my lids before starting in with my eyebrow pencil. I'm using my ever trusty Essence brow pencil. I love this thing. It's like $2 or $3 at the store. I'm doing a very natural brow. I'm not really doing anything other than just filling in anywhere where there's a gap and then brushing the hairs so that they kind of stand up and are very like naturally bushy kind of looking. I'm then setting that in place using the Benefit Gimme Brow to add just a little bit more fiber to my brows just so that they are fuller and bushier. They don't really look that bushy on camera, but I thought that they were like Cara Delevingne brows when I was doing them. I'm taking my Naked 3 palette, because I haven't used this in a while, and I'm using the shade Limit, and I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and applying that right into my crease using windshield wiper motions and blending it in there real good. This is a really great transition color that is kind of a neutral, but kind of cool, but kind of not so cool. I don't know, I really like the look of it. Anyway, I'm taking the same color onto a slightly denser, smaller blending brush and applying that underneath my eyes before taking the color Nooner. And again, on the smaller, denser brush, I am applying that more into the crease just to darken the crease area a little bit more. I'm also taking that color underneath, mainly focusing on the outside corner of my eye. I'm then going into the color Burnout and taking it on my finger and applying it all over my lid space. I'm going to be careful to not get it in the crease though. I do want the color to stay onto my lid, but I will kind of take my finger and smudge it near the edge of the darker color in my crease. I'm then picking up the color Dust and I'm going to apply that right into the center of my lid just to give it a little bit more of a highlighted pop. Last but not least, I'm picking up the color Strange just on the fluffy blending brush and I'm applying that in my inner corner and slightly underneath my brow. Just wanted to add a tiny little bit of highlight. Curl your lashes, and then I'm using the Maybelline Big Shot Mascara. I'm really not a huge fan of this. I thought that I'd like it a lot more than I did. I'm using the SocialEyes Tease Lashes as a half lash to give my eyes a little bit more pop in the outer corner. Half lashes are a super simple way of adding a bit of glam to an everyday look, and they take like 2 seconds to put on, so I definitely recommend checking them out. And I am quickly using my lash tweezers to pinch my lashes with the falsies, making them look even more natural. I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes, and then I am headed back to my contour kit, grabbing the middle contour color and contouring my nose, and then taking the color underneath my cheekbones to give my cheekbones some shape. Get those cheekbones popping, yo. I'm then going to use the warmer tone color onto a tulip brush and use that as more of a bronzer around the perimeter of my face, adding a bit more warmth back into my look. Using my favorite Milani Baked blush, I am adding a bit of color to my cheeks. I really hate the packaging on this, I just find it so annoying, but I love the blush color. Apply that on the apples of my cheeks, pulling back towards my ear. And then I'm gonna add some Super Shock Cheek highlight from ColourPop. I absolutely adore these two mixed. It's the color Flexitarian and Parasol. I absolutely adore how these sit on my skin though. It just is really like a lit from within glowy style highlight. It doesn't look powdery, it just looks very melted into my face and very naturally glowy, I guess. I'm then taking the Flexitarian color and adding a tiny bit to the inner corner of my eye just to brighten it up again. And then after that, I am taking my Benefit Eye Bright pencil and adding that to my waterline just to brighten up my eyes even further. After that, I'm grabbing my Sephora kohl liner in a black color and filling that in along my upper lash line as well. Using my Makeup Geek iconic lipstick in the color Gullible, I'm adding a bit of pink to my lips, but I wanted to have my lips be glossy because to me there's nothing like a good glossy lip come spring. So to add some gloss, I'm using the Baby Lips lip gloss in the color, I can't find the color. What color are you? Taupe with me, that's what it's called. I am then finishing off my look using the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. You guys know I douse myself in the setting sprays. And I'm gonna be wearing the scent Oh Lola today. I thought that it was a very fresh spring smell, so that's what I wanted to do to finish my look. This is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial and give this hairstyle a go. It is so simple to do and it looks adorable. Don't forget to check out the Supersonic hairdryer at dysoncanada.ca if you're interested in a new blow dryer. And that's everything from me. I will see you guys in a new video very soon. Bye!